qua ce l'ho. Mm. Mhm. Vabbè, andiamo. Sì, no, va. No, ancora non li hanno portati i connetti. No, niente, cosa? Ho mandato, si te ne ha portati i connetti. I connetti. Mhm. Mhm. Ma quando... Vabbè, ma questo quando cazzo è entrata? Vabbè, io voglio capire, questo quando cazzo è entrato? Non lo so se bene perché... No, va, non lo so dire. Questo quando cazzo ci muore sa vederlo solo lui. È una boia. Vengo l'ultima stella. Dai, prendi la stella segreta.
Sto vicino al vulcano.
Lo so.
Ogni settimana regalano delle skin, hai visto? Ogni settimana riccano due skin, due katane, katane, katane. Hai visto?
No.
Cioè ogni settimana. Il nuovo regolamento. Queste sono due skin nuove.
Minchia, lo sguardo, anime. Lo sguardo. Lo sguardo oggi, no, anime. Due specchi da cosa. Uno, due. Io e te. Sì, lo so, al secondo piano. Sì, sta sulle scale. Vabbè, fatti ancora a merenda carina, porco dio però. Minchia che due coglioni che siete. Io mi rompia minchia, sì. Perché? Sotto ce n'è uno, stai attento. Uno che c'è il pombo con una epico. Raga, minchia. Sto rompendo i coglioni. Sta sotto. Da lì. Testa di minchia. Porco dio. Vabbè, la prossima partita la starò a capire. Infatti non puoi, quello è il problema. Niente, non puoi fare niente.
Ma sta ancora la World Cup attiva, no?
Comunque c'è la World Cup. Io voglio prendere sta cosa e mi metto a guardarmi la World Cup.
Ma niente, ce la sto a fare.
Ah?
Ah, ah, ok. Cioè, questi non mi vedo per niente. Cioè, vabbè, sono per voi questi lo so. Vabbè, cioè, serve un po'. Finisce il sudore anche dalla mano, guarda.
Mi stanno facendo rosicare troppo, porco dio. Questo.
Pure quello.
Ah, sì, ma per ora non ce l'ho, mi fanno rosicare un botto. Dio.
Che regalo vuoi?
Non lo so. Prendo per il mio compleanno.
Quando?
Per il 7 settembre.
Ma spiega subito. Il 7 settembre che danno fare. Cioè, non si può giustamente questo complimento. Me l'hanno fatto per forza.
Io me ne incazzo. Fotti fotti.
Va bene, due team.
Ma tu dov'eri, fra? Che cazzo di...
Non ce la faccio. L'hai preso?
No, no, aspetta, aspetta. ho beccato. Io col touchpad uso il piccone, allora col touchpad uso il piccone per modificare il suo triangolo e confermare triangolo.
E per cambiare arma?
Touchpad.
Ma come fa ad andare avanti lì?
Con il R1 delle 1. Mm? Mi sembra che un vecchio squadro. Mamma mia.
Anche lo sono. Come quando amici ci stanno online.
Non so se ce la faccio a vincere una volta partita. Non so se ce la faccio a vincerla. Mm.
Ancora la fine di mano.
Che minchia mi toglie quando sono morto lo stesso. Ecco che mi stanno pushando. Perché mi pushano, porco dio. Che odio le persone che mi fanno così. Mi sto rompendo i coglioni di giocare.
Io guardo un po' di World Cup.
Pure.
Sono le 5. Tu tra un'ora te ne devi andare. Giusto. Ma che stiamo facendo?
He's got to stay in zone. I don't think he has a chance here. No. Quake is going to put a quick end to that heroic attempt at trying to win the game. That's actually 9 eliminations in the victory royale there, so 19 points, 19 points pushing them up there.
That's the kind of performance these players need if they're hoping to contest that #1 spot. But for now, Fortnite fam, we're going to send it back into studio, see what's up with Sundown for the rundown.
Thank you so much, Zeke and Bala, and we're getting down to the final moments. We're about to find out who the last duo will be to join us at the Fortnite World Cup final. But are you still in the hunt for a seat at the Fortnite World Cup? Because the Battle Royale action, while it is over, there are 3 additional seats for the Fortnite World Cup Creative Finals that have been unlocked. So the hope is still there. Make sure you check it out. As we said, all 3 trials are playable now. 1 player will be advanced from each, winning their chance to compete at the $3 million prize pool and $5,000 for taking the top spot. So, how do you get involved? You can check out Hand Eye of I Blood, MB Tom 98, Dania Katz SQ, at Gene Wu, or at Fortnite Game for more updates. Again, this is one of the last opportunities to get to play on that stage that we debuted at the block party with all of the final bells and whistles. There'll be plenty more surprises. And speaking of plenty more surprises, we will be right back after a quick 5-minute break to conclude the rest of NA West and round out the Fortnite World Cup roster for the Battle Royale side. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Let's fly out to the lobby. Let's fly out to the lobby. Let's fly out to the lobby to get your
Arrivando.
burgers from dirt to munch. Tacos royale with crunch. And juicy's a tasty treat for Lil Whip, Peely, and Pizza Pete. Let's fly out to the lobby to get your squad tsunams. Let's fly out to the lobby to get your squad some love.
Thank you so much, everyone, here in the Forum in LA. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Creative Showdown. How you feeling today? So much has happened in the world of Fortnite, and we're here about to call probably one of the craziest things you're ever going to see. It's a world premiere game mode and map.
I know that it's going to be a King of the Hill mode.
Forum, make some noise. That's what I'm talking about. Here we go. The first match. Jordan Fisher,
He's stuck in the corner.
They're going to win the game. This is it. And they pick it up. They have to protect him here, and this is now we're going to start to earn a lot of points. They're climbing that leaderboard, Lupo. They're in the shadows, unseen, and they will have the Ravens' revenge. GG. 2 minutes left on the clock. The Chicken Champions, surely this is going to be a win for them. No!
Look at him, just dancing it out. Sitting inside the control point, 6 minutes remaining, but it's not even gonna matter. That's a victory royale. Game 4 goes to the Fish Fan.
Could it happen? Could the Llama Record Company be our first back-to-back champion? Or will it be the Fish Fam actually being back-to-back in this instance?
He has it. You see the top middle of the team.
He does it!
He got it!
Oh
Last
my!
second!
I
The victory
cannot-
royale!
He's still in it. He's standing strong, and he wins out on the battle. 990, and he's continuing to gain. He's got to get to that wall, and that's gonna do it. We want to know who won. We want to know who won.
The Llama Record Company.
Oh my gosh, congratulations!
Give it up one more time for the Llama Record Company! Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We'll see you guys on the battle bus.
No, pure provante. Ah. Sì. Come cazzo fanno a stare là con la maglietta a maniche lunghe, Dio. Non ci vuole la madonna.
All right, Fortnite fam, we're gearing up for the final few moments of NA West action. Now, I'm not going to hold you up too long because I know you want to get back in the games, and I know you're ready to see who is going to punch their ticket to the World Cup Finals in New York City. So, to hop back into this games, let's get some pretty fire casters here. We got Sundown, we got the big man with big plans, Ciao wager. Gentlemen, it's on you.
Thank you so much, Zeke. Yes, I'm here with Shy, and we're going to take you through the final games of not only NA West, but the entirety of the Fortnite World Cup Online Open qualifiers. It's been 10 long weeks, and we're going to get our last duo right here in the next 30 minutes.
It's a fight for the top, a lot of points up, very small margins between who can qualify, so we'll see who pops off. Let's get straight into the games.
Let's get into those matches and see what they have left. These are going to be the moments that define a duo. Who will come up clutch? Who can do it when the back is against the wall, when everything is up for grabs? I won't just kick my drink over, I caught it. That's how clutch I am, and we're prepared as we hop on board here with Persecute and Nitrix trying to put the new duo to work, and they do, finding two there and avoiding the trap. Good way to kick this one off. Currently sitting at 10 elim, Shy wager.
Impeccable movement, making sure that the duo gets right out of line, so you know that Persecute can just get out of that trap line, not get damaged at all. They have so many options now for the items they can pick up as well. They got to pick the winning loadout that not only gets them towards the end game, but gives them enough room to have those pressure picks, have that room to, you know, pop off at any moment possible, high, low, or mid.
And Stinks and Heavy Snipers will certainly allow them to do that. We talk about it being kind of the skeleton key, the one that opens all doors. A little bit harder in duos, but you can still make it work as they're trying to get the double wall replaced there. One player pickaxing, the other one holding the wall, continuing to go for it. Get that wall, get the replace right away. Combat finds the basket, and will they be able to push through? You can see the other player wanting nothing, trying to get up and over. You have to change levels. Moving just horizontally won't be enough, and he is finally able to get away from the relentless push up to 11.
Così pusho tipo
They will
animale.
get both duos, but they do get a little bit of reward for the risk they have to
Così
take
tipo
on
pusho
that
tipo
fight.
animale
Aura
questi
Logan
due.
have enough
Questo
time,
due e
so hasn't even
l'altro.
started moving yet towards the fifth circle. Launchpad is coming out just so they can catch up on the time it took on that engagement. Nitrix and Persecute are going to be moving towards a mid-ground layer now. More angles for pressure.
Pusha tipo che non ho visto mai una kill, pare.
The hotel, which they will do, putting their mats all the way back up, looking very, very healthy.
10,
Not much rotation
no,
on them now. It's all
11.
about their brains, their brawn, and their aim, Sundown.
They're going to be looking hopefully for a favorable circle here, but with, you know, kind of being down by the Paradise Palms area, a lot of variable terrain, different verticality to move over in that circle 6 zone, which will be revealed right now. All right, not too bad, not directly over one of the course of the mountains. Most of the lobby will have to rotate past them, but they need to be careful as they're currently just getting shredded from the people on the far side.
We talk about momentum as well. These guys do have 12 eliminations at the moment, or 11 eliminations, my apologies, and they're going to keep rolling off of that. Now, tunnel vision is the thing that happens as well, as they might spend a little bit too much time not prepping for the next rotation, instead going for this pressure on Boo and Badger on the zone line as well. It could hold not the best as the option towards getting a win in the game, but playing off of the eliminations they've had earlier in the game, it could prove to be a nice flow of movement throughout the whole game for this duo moving up towards their next zone. Now tunneling in Nitrix, once again, no mobility. It has to be raw movement here with their builds, tunneling being so important. A person in their box gets shotgunned out of there. The combat, making sure it's being used in combat. Nitrix taking down Hayden. They're seeing if they can move once again as a duo. Splitting up is going to be bad at this moment. A heavy snipe coming in does not connect, but does put down enough pressure to give them a little bit of room to move towards where they need to get to go. Lair switches coming up as well. Wood builds in front of them, so Nitrix, seeing that, knows he can pressure them off a little bit to give him some room to move around that specific area. A nice low ground rotation here does require a lot of mats, however.
And we just hit the top 15 now as Nitrix is on the backside, so 3 points for everyone in the lobby, as the duo who has already qualified up on the high ground right now is Landjock and Punisher. Nitrix does get picked up there by Gabe as Landjock finds Badgers. That was one of the players who was pinned on the outside by Nitrix earlier, and now Landjock and Punisher are looking to run through the high ground. Again, already qualified, so just trying to play for a little bit of cash and potentially ruin somebody else's dreams as they're doing everything they can to get the practice in. Landjock looking to drop the player down. They will give up the high ground as players begin to drop in the rotation. Are moving farther away from Paradise, so variable drops there. You can see a nice little split of the shadow bombs, and then they're going straight down to the low ground.
This is an awesome thing that we see duos do. A nice dynamic shadow to drop the sightline. Punisher in the most intense box I've ever seen in my life, but phases through the pyramid to get the shotgun shot off on a Gemin who is not listening to any music anymore. Sent straight back to the lobby. Punisher now has to regroup with Landjock. Landjock opening up some GLs from high ground and kind of open up where Punisher can come from. No pressure for Punisher to catch right back up to where he was before.
And now we have our top 10, and also a great play there. Did end up Mitro in the box, but just stopped, picked a corner, and then was able to win the box fight right after. Honestly, if I'm that other player, I just start spraying towards the corners and hoping to find hit markers. No reason not to. Player can't return fire. However, unfortunate, hindsight is 2020 as Landjock gets coned off there, but is just going to fight his way through. Doesn't own that wall despite trying to go for the edit. Still trying to pickaxe out and move forward. They did not give up high ground, so he's able to simply walk that away, but he has no more mats. He's going to be dependent on this player to drop down, and Caleb does find a Punisher, will tarp down for him, does take a little bit of fall damage, but finds the 10 mats needed, all the wood in the middle, and now just going to plop some grenades towards the low ground. Combat might have been the right call there, but is able to find one knock on Disastra and looking for the second one onto Blind, who's at sub 10 HP.
All these risks are being taken by this titan of a duo. Punisher going all the way down to low ground, but also losing a lot of his HP for that. Landjock now has to carry this duo based off of health, but he gets beamed from Persecute, who ends up on high, has brick builds as well, so he's going to be chilling up there for a long time, not pressured to come down at all blind. He might win this.
T1 12 kill.
Lobby gets another
T1
beam on the Punisher. Just perfect play there, not taking any damage, getting a lot of siphon as well that they didn't really need, and so many mats left over as well.
26 points. That's coming up clutch. We talk about huge individual efforts. Persecute doing it with the brand new duo. We've seen him with Riverson before. They were one of the favorites, breaking up there right before the final week and now playing on separate regions. What a great effort. 74 points is going to put them close. We saw Landrock and Punisher were towards the top there. Again, an already qualified duo. We're at 85 and the queues are close. We're past that time. These will be those final matches. There's none left as they're trying to put the shots through the wall. Heavy Snipe does go through and they find it. 1-2 for the AU boys. But can he work back on through and find the second one to get Tyvin back up? And you can see this is one of those thinner lobbies we talked about. Lobbies and Macon finds it. Can he get back over to Tyvin and get the touch? There's no time. You got to get it. Woo.
Oh my God, the last possible second to make sure their YouTube dreams live on for the rest of the lobby. A lot of mats available from multiple engagements here as well. I saw a rift to go down and some chug splash as well that these guys can get and just make sure that their end game is popping off to the most potential possible. Those chug splashes already being used. That loadout slot will be sufficed with another item. Unfortunately, the shadows were not picked up by Macon. We'll see if that will prove bad at the end of, or towards the end zones of the game as well. A lot of hard mats here, a dope place to tarp up on and box up on as well, making sure they control all layers and all walls as well, as you never want to be surprised by a heavy sniper breakdown or anyone editing you down or around you through your walls. A lot of bullying coming in from the server as well, as these are fresh builds. It's very hard to stay safe here. All angles now are going to be risked and detrimental for this duo at the moment. They're gonna have to switch layers, and they do, saving a little bit of mats, but Tyvon is in a position of distraught at the moment. He's gonna be split off of his duo partner. We'll see if they can survive. A big wall replace coming in. Macon does not stop the heat, even though they are in the coldest biome in the Fortnite map. More heavy sniper reloads coming in. He has the time, he has the pressure and the angles, getting into Carter's
Guarda qua, questo push nel fortino, minchia.
coming in. Eating that one up.
That was the proximity wasn't an RPG, or would have ticked him over for a little bit more, getting the 70 damage in there and just getting caught out. We talked about this before. You can see those shots going out kind of in these sparser lobbies when a pair has the high ground and they're able to kind of, I didn't even realize his name was
questo 3 kill, l'altro 2.
Have the high ground, they're able to look down. You get that much more control. There's no chaos. You don't have to worry about covering your top or someone going to challenge, because you can see it from a mile away. There's only so many other duos out there looking for top 5 right now. Rifts go up, and there we have it. Amp able to pick up Makin as Tyvin also gets picked up, and the AU duo misses the top 5 as a good old-fashioned build battle for the sky.
It's a build battle for the sky in the 6th zone. Not many people alive at all either. A double trap coming down. One side hits. The combat shock and follow-up lands as well. Big edits coming through as the default Jamal skin is close to being eliminated. He's down now too. All these duels getting knocked over. It's only the 6th zone. Only 4 duels left as well. We talked about these different games. Pair finally going down in the storm. Incorrect edits or block-offs by Fruve. Billy's down as well as his zone starts to teeter downwards on layers. The mountain now running out. Amp in a box with many traps. Not sure which is going to rift out of it. Fruve finally going down. It's a 1v1 sundown.
He needs to get down and touch his feet immediately. The other player is still up on the high ground, but the zone is moving away from that mountain. So Amp has the advantage. It's Moni up on the high ground. Shadow does go out. In terms of effective HP, Moni has a little bit of it. He also will have to pay 64 points to 61. Moni going to pop the Shadow Bomb again and try and go skyward, but they're moving back away from the zone. Moni does have the builds to challenge, but instead it's just going to opt to play the low ground. As long as he has a tart there, he should be fine. Moni will force Amp to waterfall down, which is what he does. One tarp above, Moni in your top right, Amp in your bottom right. You can see the action on the wide. Amp looking for the edit peak as Moni begins to tarp out. Sideways ramps on, flips it back, and now is just hanging out. No pressure yet, and you can see the difference in maps because Moni is on the low ground and has to full tarp. He's running out. He's making his move. Sideways up, goes to 90, comes off and immediately edits forward, but Amp blocks him up. Moni going out for the right, circles around the storm, misses the first shot, but gets a little bit of shield chip. There's a lot of health damage done from the storm, and no ground
Vediamo
game,
se arrivando
and
per
Moni
prendere
just metered himself. We've talked about this before. Those 6 seconds will go down. He has no fall damage, and that's gonna be it. Ticks over, and when the pressure is on, can't let it get to you. Amp, 67 points, 18 coming out from there, and he's saying, yeah, you can hold that L.
Yeah, a lot of people are used to PGing. You forget about the ground game when you get into it. The habits built from practice might not be the best. At the same time, so much room given to these duels to fight all the way from 8th circle, 1v1s. Sometimes decisions are made, and sometimes they're the best, and sometimes not.
Well, a lot of these guys aren't used to necessarily working with that amount of room, right? When you have that much room to work with, it's a little bit, I don't want to say more difficult, but you're thinking more. You have to be more deliberate when you're going. It's less hectic, less playing on reactions, where a lot of these players thrive. But right now, Fulmer proving is not an old man, getting tags and tags and tags, and Johnny gets taken down outside of the top 10 as well, pushing them up to 72 points. We've seen a 74 already. We've seen Landjock and Punisher at 85. That kind of gives you an idea of what that top line looks like. Baller take for the high ground. We've been seeing more of that lately, but Fulmer double edit down, 73 goes away, tries to get the immediate wall, does get it through with some help from Kytrex, and they will take that one away. 2 elims, will be 3 once they take it over. High ground control and top 10.
All these duels are going to be fighting for these elim points. Only 17
dai,
players
va,
left
ma ne
alive.
devono rompere i
Sometimes you said that
coglioni.
it was a little bit harder or different for duos to adapt to this space when there's so much
Mariana
more room. The big thing as well, there's so many
Sandor,
game
ma
plans
cazzo si
people
chiama
practice
Cari?
with these end game Discord servers where you're used to seeing a lot of people on mid tarps that you can punish, but in these situations
Non
you're
nemmeno
going to
mai
have
ho
to
letto i
hound for those
messaggi.
elims yourself. So
Veramente.
we'll see if that's possible with these players, if they can get towards those positions.
Secondo me, ma
But they
no,
are
Sara,
very
dice di
unorthodox
questo modo.
and might be a little bit too daunting or frightening.
Non mi devo rompere i coglioni, l'ho bloccato direttamente.
In this circumstance,
Per
right? Because
incoglionita
if
qua.
there's 40 people in this lobby right now, you have to full tunnel everywhere. You have to be using all the mats, but how much can you cover yourself? Do you always have to be double tarping as this player does disengage, or can you get away with just throwing a single roof above your head because the players don't have an angle? Right now, Boss Baby and Ramos getting a ton of room to go aggro, but getting it turned around on them. They are able to pick up top
sarà
excellent, but
qualcuno
they
di
need
di
Ramos to
cosa, di
disengage over
qualche
box. Will reset the
scopino.
walls around him and make sure they get the quick revive. Not
Sarà
bad,
qualche
and this is one
scopino.
of the advantages of it being so sparse. You have plenty of times to stick a revive.
Che scassa minchia.
60 people left.
Exactly. You still have to play careful, though. 9 duels left alive. There still is one more placement or one batch of placement points left over for these duo players. Very, very silent game at the moment. Usually a lot of action and pressure being dropped down, but obviously anyone in a 1v2 scenario is not going to want to draw too much attention to themselves. Looks like Sir Jaden is in that position as well at the moment. He and his dual partner have been split up, one alive, one not at the moment. Very flat land as well, with a very small high ground tarp that's not too high in the air.
Yeah, just trying to hang out on the far side right now. He is one of 2 solo riders, everyone else having a buddy, but just looking to hang out and being conspicuous. Wants to make top 5, wants 2 more points, just trying to wait it out. But that's pretty much everyone else in the lobby as well, doing everything they can. You see Hannah and Carly over there of Gen G. Shout outs to those ladies. They are absolutely nuts. We're able to put up, I believe it was near a top 25 or top 30 performance yesterday, but absolutely been popping. On the high ground, trying to make the rotation. Tyler does end up getting picked up by Exotic on the backside, and now Jace is going to be that solo rider. Combat, Flint Knock, 2 big pots, and the chug splashes. So plenty to work with as he starts layering down shots, checks his high ground, finds the one, and then knocks down the player, secures his high ground. There is one in the box. He puts the turret down so the player can't put a cone. That might have been 200 IQ. Think he might have been going for a spike drop. Can't quite see what his inventory is there, but needs to catch up to the zone. You saw him considering using the Flint Knock. Instead, just going to use a little bit of a ramp push to put himself forward, and then drop directly down on top of the player. 73 followed by a 72. Can he find another shot? Is going to chug splash his raw HP back up and continue working on the high ground. Does still have 1 left and the 2 big pots, so wanted to make sure he filled up that health bar before digging into the other ones. As he gets closer to the top 5, gets finally ripped from the far side. Somebody contesting, and Fulmer takes it away. Sneaky on the high ground is old man Fulmer. He's got those quiet steps.
He's got the quiet steps, but he has that loud beam as he's going to now punish everyone else in the lobby below him. Kytrex is also up right now. No dinosaur there, though. He's going to be very adept at seeing who is where and punishing properly anyone who's not building like Eclipse, who gets beamed from the start. Storm, 1 HP at the moment.
And I'm also pretty sure Kytrex is relatively younger, so a little bit of a play on there for Dino Kytrex as we now get closer to that top 5, and we have it there as the players drop in. Eclipse will get the points. Hasty trying to get out, but again, locked in the box in the shadow form, and unfortunately gets ticked over, but Eclipse, no points going through there. Kytrex and Fulmer will be able to run this out, and we're on 74 before those points came through, getting another Elim there, pushing him over with the placement points. 77 is the highest score we've seen so far. Will it be enough? The victory rail and the Elim will push them all the way up to 81. 16 points from Kytrex and Fulmer.
Very, very smart decisions there as well to focus the exact same person, making the shadow bombed individual run away and split up that low ground tarp that was already being established. Easy pickups from them. We'll see if it's enough once the leaderboards get updated. Very exciting stuff from West over here. The last spot available in the world.
Yep, and the last Fortnite Battle Royale spot coming out from the Fortnite Online Open qualifiers. It's week 10, it's NA West. It is the final moments. Queues have been closed. This is where you make your extra money or you stay at home. The ones who go to New York City will be celebrating. Everyone else will be looking for their trios for July 14th and the 15th, because again, there's always going to be something more to play for. You can keep track of those in-game tournaments. Got those coming up as well. I mean, I'm excited for that. I've been a big fan of all the trios, love the trio one-day mode, and I think like in terms of the map size, it ends up being where you get some kind of mid and early game contestants, but really if you want to spread out the map and just loot, you can. So excited to see where that is, but right now we're in the duos action, the final of it. We got Smoke Notch and Biles on board.
Sana, how would you approach hitting these big tarped hard mat bases? How do you kind of get in there without heavy snipers, without stinks? Do you pressure it with the ammo you have, with the amount of players there? What are the risks and rewards of tackling something like that, like a base that big?
Okay, so me personally, no, I don't challenge in these circumstances. Like if everyone's like boxed up and all this and no one else is shooting towards someone, I'm not gonna go unless I have something that is a key or I can look to kind of press down towards the edge of the storm, as you see Biles doing there on Performer, getting a nice elim and then getting whatever he can there. Does get the shadows to get back in, but generally like if you can pour in and kind of add fire to somebody else, fine. If you're like don't necessarily have a heavy snipe or stinks or supposed to force action, I prefer to be reactive. But if you do have two players with enough medium ammo, you can start pouring bullets into someone. It's just all about selection, right? So pick towards the backside of the storm. Pick someone who is very obvious, because you want other players to join in on your shots, right?
Exactly. You need to have that balance of risk versus reward. Talking about reward, Epic Whale and his duo 4DR Storm at 93 points. The stars to qualify this week. Epic Whale could double qualify as well. Once again, we saw Calc and Macwood, recent duos who just switched up and then qualified on NA East servers. Right now we have a recent duo that just started playing together as well, as Epic Whale did play with Silmat before, but is trying something new for week 10.
And 4DR Storm qualified for the solo side. Epic Whale did as well. Decided to put it together, but Edgy and Centered are trying to do everything they can to deny that right now on the high ground. Only sitting on 60 points, so they're not going to be happy about that, but they're going to look to take away everything they can. They want to run it out as they knock down another player, pushing themselves closer to the top 15, trying to do everything they can. Rift into the sky, but he gets ticked over by Boop. Edgy will get the tick over afterwards, but unfortunately is not going to count as both of them have been taken down. That will be the last of their run, as 4DR Storm and Epic Whale are up on the high ground. 4DR Storm, max HP and a bush. You can't get more protected than that unless you have a ball, and they're looking skyward, trying to get even more points right now. They're sitting on 3 elims, trying to get to the top 15. They are so close, and they want every little bit, every bit of padding makes you that much more secure as you go in, because the final spot is on the line. PK goes down, Kanuchi goes down. Nobody wants to be that last team full converted on in the last game. The rocket launcher goes out, and it is just chaos right now.
Epic Will saving that rocket launcher, as well as when it comes out, the whole lobby starts to get on the same page. He was making sure to crack out every baller, make sure everyone on hard mats is now starting to rotate off of the pressure. It looks like they might lose height, but Epic has that insurance with the RPG, almost about to hit 100 points as well on West. The RPG getting off the individual from high ground. Can Epic build up towards it? Still being contested. Double ramps coming through, but once again, faking it out, going for the reload. This is priority. Can he reset and do it again? 40-yard storm, still making a little bit of a hurricane up top. We'll see if it's possible for these guys to get together. He gets edited down, though. Epic will with another RPG up top. The combat follow through in the same box. Double traps come down. Epic does get hit, but comes out victorious as now they control height. The zone is very small. 9th circle at the moment.
And the Siphon being the difference there. The trap did go off, but the Siphon made sure he was able to stay up. Good rotation coming out, and they got top 5 as well. They are on a run. We've seen them gain 12 points from placement and from the elims. They want to close this out. They want to be going. Cloud and Kazooie just below them. Cortex, Instinct, and Outdoor also in the map. Outdoor gets down as it's all about the elims and the victory royale. Storm and Whale are going to block off the rest of the lobby as we're going up. Just a slight change in incline. Sometimes all it is one mat difference. It's a 2v2. Whale goes down, but Storm is the only one not in the storm. He's holding the safe zone. The down goes through. It converts. 8 elims. Victory royale. 18 points. 110. Storm and Epic Whale. The question is it enough? Can the brand new duo in the last weekend have fully qualified themselves? Epic Whale on the scene in the West, rising up as one of the best in 4DR Storm, the player who took the Fortnite world by storm at Ninja Vegas originally, took that stage as a 14-year-old, now back here dominating the Fortnite World Cup on the back half. But look at the names in this lobby. Look how stacked it is. Players are trying to challenge, and we have Falconer and Arkham, the already qualified duo, as well as Sean and Aiden towards there. These are the best of the best. Arkham sitting at 105 himself, but they have already qualified. We're going to see if anybody can push and challenge towards that line that we just saw raised. I mean, the bar is set so high right now, Shy.
The bar is set high, and the environment is also very, very different. Usually players playing around a lot of mountains, but on this northwest side of the map, you usually have 1 to 2 very big points of interest that have height changes, such as this big mountain that Arkham is looking at the moment, looking for beams, and a lot of trees as well. A big beam coming down. Arkham at 106 points at the moment.
And one thing to note here, every single elim Arkham and Falconer get in this lobby is taking a point away from somebody else who could be challenging towards Storm and Epic Whale. They want that top spot. They want all the money for themselves. They want to be able to take that home, particularly with the double prize pool, and they're going to be pushing for it and trying to lead the pace. It's not about the qualification spot for them. It's about trying to take the top spot away. But this lobby is stacked. Base Soldier and Sir D, Typical Gamer, Jay and Little, Impulse and Phoenix 8, Nikum, Tome, every single person who has played in a West final, who has been in a top 10 right now, is in this lobby.
The legends are here, and they're here to represent. We're going to see how these guys will play around their factors of respect. Watch, player has none for Phoenix or Impulse as he just goes in a tumbler and dry cycle, making sure everything's squeaky clean, and he comes out of that with 2 elims and a lot of items that are available, but he eventually goes down to Jay from Congerna, who just easily pops him off. Dexter and Turbo now in mid-ground as well on a big base in the middle of zone.
Yeah, Jay and Little have already qualified as well, trying to push in toward. Shields as well as the flip, so if he can set his feet, they'll be good. The other Kangara duo towards the top, Barl and Lino over there, and they're looking to do everything they can to get to the far side.
All the tricks are coming out of the book as well. We have these half launch pads, we have people hiding inside cones, we have people double editing, playing with that shotgun swap delay as well. Everyone has to play at their top peak level performance to be able to perform in this type of game, especially on West where players are aggressive. Typical trying to go in and claw for an elimination on Sean, but Aiden says, no, that's my duo, that's my buddy, don't touch him. Blocks him off from that vantage point. We'll see if he can see anything else below him at all to pick up. This is something a lot of players do on the mid ground as well. They are in wood though, so it's very easy to beam two soccer skins, but can they live up to the sweaty reputation of those skins as well?
And you can see so many players are stacked vertically right now, which typically you're not going to see at this point, but because it's 35 players and we're closing in on Circle 7. No, Circle 7 is moving right now. We're into it. The space is limited. They have to start stacking vertically, which means these engagements are going to happen in and around corners. It's going to be up into the sides, and now we're finally closing in on placement points as we near moving Circle 8. Falconer looking for the sides up to 106 points. Again, trying to reach and close in on Storm and Epic Whale to deny them that top spot. They will still qualify, but they want everything they can get through, and everyone in the lobby is trying to challenge them as Sean is trying to take it away from Bait Soldier, and we have our top 15. So if you're in the lobby, 3 more points over to you. Falconer and Arkham up to 109.
They have the classic loadout as well. Right now, only one Elam, which might not be how they usually play, but with less ammo, redeploy, and minis, you're gonna have to pick your point to pop off in. These mats are also low, so they're gonna be looking to make the most probable and efficient trade-offs in terms of shooting and stopping. A lot of combat shotgun sightlines, as well as their enemies, Aiden and Sean, do not place a wall and get punished for it. Both players going down.
They had a pre-edited arch that was right there, but Arkham and Falconer, all of a sudden, you talked about only one Elam, all of a sudden turns into 4 and into the top 10. 114 points now for them as Cold Cutie is able to pick up an Elam up on the high ground. Uzi Xenon does self-eliminate there as now Falconer and Arkham pick up Cold Cutie after he dropped in. Great job with the heavy snipe, making sure and recognize him. He was only one level there. 14 players remaining, 10 duos left. A lot of solo riders, but as I say that, a couple of them get picked off, and we're closing in on top 5, and look at the vertical stack.
That is huge, and it's all hard mats, so it's always going to be there. Not going to be knocked down by RPGs unless you send 2. Proxim launchers might be able to find a way, but the positioning of these players already playing around it is going to be too good.
And these are the final moments. This is the very last game. Can Falconer and Arkham take away the top spot? It looks like they've done it in terms of the Elim. So can anybody catch Epic Whale in Storm as Arkham now works down? That's top 5 with that Elim. So Code Kicks does end up getting his. Arkham checking his sides there. They want the top spot. 2v2, v1, but Falconer gets picked off. Arkham has no build, so what does he do? Drops down, finds the low ground, and finds a little bit of space. Looking to drop the player down, and he gets it. That's Tomei taken away, avoids the trap, finds another player. 1, misses the shot. It's FLX finding the conversion there. Xenon is still down, up to 79 points, wants to work his way as far up. It's a 2v1. Flint does come in. Flicks gets the 1. Can he 1v2? Jay and Little, the already qualified pair. This is for all the bragging rights. Potentially a bigger payday. Trying to do everything he can. Does have the siphon coming through. Now he just needs to be aware the Chunk Splash is coning himself off. Has it. Misses the first shot. Reload does come through. They're both standing on the campfire. Can he find it? No! It is Little, the player from Kungarna, the World Cup qualified, able to take it away. 3 eliminations for him. 3 for Jay. Victory Royale. That is it. The final match of the Fortnite World Cup Online Open Qualifiers. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm Sundown, was joined here by Shao Wager, and we're going to throw it back into the studio to Zeke and Miss Prime. Zeke, what you got, baby?
Love it. Never mind. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. This has been an incredible ride so far. Now, I know what you're thinking. Zeke, we got to know who's going to the finals. We've got 1 qualifying spot. Well, I'm going to tell you right after this 10-minute break. Gotcha! See you in 10.
Burgers from dirt to much. Tacos royale with crunch. Red juices and tasty treat for Lil with PB and beef. Let's slide out to the lobby to get your spots and nuts. Let's fly out to the lobby to get your spots and nuts.
Quindi diciamo no, a posto però non montato, dai. at night when I sleep, I'm still just like mind blown that I was able to pull it off. It was just one of those things on my bucket list that I really wanted to do, and I did it. I knew in solos that like I could have qualified a couple weeks and stuff like that, but I realized that my mentality wasn't there. My confidence in there, it wasn't as good. And then I actually messaged my friend, and he just gave me like perfect advice. Like, you just gotta be confident, and you just gotta know that like you can qualify. I kept on telling myself that throughout the whole tournament, and I guess it worked out.
You just have to work out and play every day. The important fact is to stay focused every time, because if you took one game and you're tilted, then you're gonna check every game just after. You have to stay focused all the time.
Every single time you steal a kill or get a kill stolen, in the back of your mind, you know that like that could be the point. It's really important that you just don't let that get to you. In my last game, I had a kill stolen from me as I shot him. In that time, I was waiting to find out if I qualified or not. I knew that like if I didn't qualify by 1 point, it was all about that kill. It's a lot of stress just because of just how close it is every single week.
I would look at other players and see how they would qualify, what was working for them, and then I would kind of like implement that into my gameplay as well, and it helped me improve. At first, what I noticed was I wasn't getting enough kills playing really safe like that, so I would put myself in the middle of everybody and then just like turn around and start shooting them as they're rotating from storm and stuff like that.
Probably the best two things to do is practice creative and get the mechanics going, and then also like VOD review and look at your mistakes, because when I went into week 7 of solos, I was pretty nervous and I messed up like 2 games, and then I started to tilt and I played terribly, and I looked back at like what I did wrong, and then I came into week 9 just feeling pretty casual. I knew what I had to do and not tilt again, and it worked out for me really well.
Well, I do customs like every day, and I work a lot on what I do, and I watch streams, and yeah, I practice like that. Like, how do he play? If he do something good, maybe I can take it and do the same in game.
So me winning the first game got me very confident, and that led me to being confident while fighting people as well, so I didn't stress when fighting people. Also the second game I won, that got me confident. When the World Cup got announced, I started practicing a lot daily, playing 3 to 5 hours a day, even more sometimes. And me seeing improvement motivated me a lot. I had it in me to qualify, so that really motivated me.
Ever since TwitchCon, my parents have always been really supportive of me, everything that I've gone through, every single tournament she watches online, and she tells me her favorite things is endgames. She's like, whenever you get a kill endgame, it's so exciting. And like when she found out, she was so happy. She came home like right away because they were out. She came out right away and celebrated with me, hugged me, and it was just like, it was great to finally like see them like be more proud of me after everything, and just like it paying off like once and for all.
Alright, Fortnite fam, we're here for week 9 of the Fortnite World Cup Online Open qualifiers. And just like this Cuddle team leader, we are very excited to be here. The final week of solo competition. Hopefully these players can take a bite out of the competition and really keep it top notch. Codename Elf. Guys, are you ready for week 9, the finals day? Man,
I just had a whole bag of cookies.
A whole bag of cookies.
He's the yes man.
I'm so happy I don't have to be near Zeke for much longer.
Loro fanno questa sorta di meditazione, allenamento mentale.